strong commitment to boosting domestic manufacturing, President Uhuru Kenyatta has launched several flagship manufacturing projects under the Big Four agenda. The blend of manufacturing projects launched by the President cut across various manufacturing subsectors, including agro-processing, pharmaceutical industry, textile and leather industries, vehicle assembly, iron and steel, ICT, as well as oil, mining and gas industry. Among some of the key manufacturing projects that President Uhuru Kenyatta has recently launched and which are aimed at contributing significantly to job creation include the 4 billion Kenya shillings worth light weapons manufacturing plant at Ruiru, the plant which has estimated production capacity of 12,000 assault rifles is poised to source up to 60% of its raw materials locally, creating a huge market for domestic producers. In April 2021, President Uhuru Kenyatta presided over the launch of nanotechnology and semiconductor manufacturing facility at Dedan Kimathi University. Kenya's maiden entry into the nanotechnology industry underscored the President's grand foresight for the country. According to the industry insiders, global semiconductor and nanotechnology industry is bound to increase multiple-fold in the next few years as demand for artificial intelligence continues to grow exponentially.
This is going to be the future for us to be able to now make our own motherboards, and from making our own motherboards to making our own television sets, to making our own mobile telephones. These are all new opportunities that are all going to be created from this seemingly very small but very critical foundation towards our manufacturing agenda for our republic.
Also significant in a series of manufacturing projects launched by President Uhuru Kenyatta is opening of the Kenya Shipyard Limited in Kisumu City. The President officially opened the ship building and repair yard in May 2021. The facility has yards both in Kisumu and Mombasa and is expected to ramp up building of new ships and repair of the existing ones to cope up with demands for water transport within the Great Lakes region. The facility is also expected to create direct and indirect jobs to the local populations. Both bilateral and public-private partnerships remains vital in ensuring Kenya achieves its manufacturing growth goals as projected in the Big Four agenda, and Kenyans should continue supporting these flagship projects as they portend a better social-economic growth now and in the future.
Good morning, viewers. Thank you very much. Welcome to Punchline Africa Television, broadcasting all the way from the Political Command Center and the headquarters in Mombasa, Nairobi. All our general headquarters in Nairobi. Good morning, all of you correspondents scattered all over Kenya, from Njoro, Kisumu, Malindi, KWALE. We are waiting for Voi, TAITA, TAVETA, and Garissa. They will be online right from all those places. Good morning, all of you. Savia, Javan, Douglas, and our good lady, none other than Gladwell Kiragu, who has enjoyed the fish in Kisumu. You are missing the fish. I can see you are coming. You are on the way back to meet Savia somewhere there. So, are you missing the fish? Good morning. Test the microphone wherever you are.
A very good morning to Dr. David Matsanga. Good morning to my fellow correspondents. Good morning to our viewers. I'm just leaving Kisumu.
Do you miss Nairobi?
I'm being told that Nairobi is very chilly and here it was very sunny. The weather was very, very friendly.
Okay, thank you very much. That is Gladwell Kiragu. And a good morning, Mr. Kiptanui himself from Njoro, from a farm which grows potatoes. Good morning, Kiptanui.
Indeed, good morning, Daktari. Indeed, I'm coming live to you from Joro. I left Kericho early in the morning. It was chilly. Here, when I reached this place, also it was chilly. But I can see there is a lot of sunshine around here. Indeed, it is a great morning. It's a great morning to be here. Thank you very much for having me on this show. I'm coming to you live from Pharmacy in Joro. Thank you.
Thank you very much. Good morning, Javani Karanja from the bridge. I hope you are not falling in water.
Yeah, thank you, Dr. David Matsanga. We have just arrived at the bridge. The bridge is under construction. In a few minutes, we will be going through the bridge and seeing how the developments are being done here, and getting some views from the residents of Mombasa on how this bridge will help them in their daily activities. Thank you.
Thank you very much. And Karanja, you have your T-shirt is going to be brought by Tawish and Jeff. They will bring you your T-shirts and your cap for the legacy trend, so that you are always in that uniform, spreading the gospel of the legacy of President Uhuru Kenyatta. Across the bridge, there is no sorrow. Our man has appeared. Douglas Kirimi, the destroyer. Good morning. Good morning, Douglas.
Good morning, Doctor.
Make sure you don't fall in the ocean, please. I don't have the insurance. Douglas, make sure that you don't fall, you don't drop in the ocean.
Hello, good morning, Dr. David. Can you hear me?
I hear you now, yes.
We arrive at the Makupa Bridge. We are waiting for security clearance so that we can be able to access the whole bridge, and also talk to contractors, talk to construction workers and all that. But as soon as we are done with the security clearance, Dr. David, we are going to come right from this bridge that has been constructed by the President of the Republic of Kenya, President Uhuru Kenyatta. Thank you, Dr. David.
Yes, give them my reference number. I'm here. I will help if there is any problem. We are just doing to see whether the bridge is functioning well, doing very well, and that is it. You know, it's a security bridge, so we must always seek permission. We are law-abiding citizens of this Punchline Africa TV. Good morning, our man, none than Tawish Olesesana. The guy is somewhere in those areas of Samburu. How are you, Tawish?
Thank you, Dr. David Masanga, all the way from our headquarters in Mombasa. And thank you so much for my fellow correspondents who are making the submissions on this special coverage of President Uhuru Kenyatta's legacy projects. I am actually in Taru town. The Taru town is located, of course, in KWALE County, but again, along Mombasa-Nairobi highway. So we actually in and about, just trying to see and figure out the projects that President Uhuru Kenyatta has been able to undertake since he came into power in 2013. As you can see the pictures behind me, actually, as if my cameraman can just show you, this is just but part of the standard gauge railway, the famous SGR that connects Mombasa City and Nairobi City. And where we are now is in Taru town. It is just a few meters from where we are situated at the moment. So we're just going to continue giving you an update of where we are and what we continue to see and package in terms of the projects that President Kenyatta has been doing ever since he came into power. When and if we get an opportunity, we'll be able also to visit some of the projects away from the infrastructural, say for example, the hospitals that has been able to construct, the schools in this particular region. Will also be able to showcase this for the benefit of our viewers. So basically that is it, Dr. Masanga. I am of course with the entire Punchline Africa TV crew that is moving with me, just trying to showcase.
Why don't you come together and have we see all of you wherever you are? All of you come there, except the cameraman. Before I hand over to Miriam.
Well, my crew, I am with my crew here, Dr. Masanga. Maybe I can just let my cameraman just show them for the benefit of our viewer. This is just part of the crew. I don't know where is my manager is Steve Opie. Just come closer. Dr. Masanga, that is my crew. As you can see, they are in their regalia, the legacy trend, President Uhuru Kenyatta's legacy secured. This is part of the team, Dr. Masanga, that we are moving with in as far as trying to showcase the projects that President Kenyatta has been able to do, Dr. Masanga.
Thank you very much. And where is Stephen? He has disappeared.
Well, Stephen is also just around, but I think he'll be able to join us in the next in our next live link, Dr. Masanga.
Okay, over to you, Miriam. Now you can mute your equipment and wait for Miriam is going to brief you from the headquarters. Mute your equipment. That's it, Miriam. Back to you in the studios in Nairobi, Kenya. Those are the correspondents. They are ready here now. We want to listen to your message. You are the headquarters. We have been doing this last night, the whole of yesterday. We have so many things that we have learned, the footage, everything, what has been completed, what is not completed. Thank you very much. Take away from me. There you are. Let's have the news headlines. Then we go deeper to the selected topics that you have selected for us on the legacy right from the headquarters in Nairobi. Thank you very much. I'm Dr. Masanga in the Mombasa headquarters. God bless you. Here we are.
All right. Sorry for that. Thank you so much, Doc, and of course our team, which they're spread across the coastal region. And of course, I'm looking forward to the report that they will be having for us during the show, during this special coverage, as we look at President Uhuru Kenyatta's, legacy. And so I'll just bring us quickly up to date with the latest, headlines this morning. We start with the Star newspaper. Ruto, I did 3 meetings daily as Uhuru slept. Deputy President said he woke up early and aggressively campaigned for Kenyatta as the head of state was sleeping. That is on page 2. Nairobi race tightens as Ruto catches up with Raila. That is according to a new poll on page 4 and 5. And Maure Wahiga unveils a Gano party manifesto. That is on page 6. Wiper drops Sonko from Bogo in Mombasa. That is on page 7. And Karua takes Raila home in 3-day campaign bliss. That is on page 7. And then we turn our attention to the Standard newspaper. Paul Karua's big impact new survey commissioned by the Standard shows Azimio running mate Martha Karua is trusted in most regions to win more votes for Raila Odinga than UDA's Rigathi Gachagua will garner for William Ruto. That is on page 6. New twist in Sonko bid to lead Mombasa. His quest to be governor remains unclear after Wiper named Ali Bongo. That is on page 5. IEBC, it is not our job to verify Sakaja's degree. The story is on page 14. And tycoons lose millions in NISE crash. Voters want new president to deal with cost of living. That is according to a story on page 7. We turn our attention to the Daily Nation, and the main headline polls battle for the IT gurus. That is on page 7. And then Maure vowing to fight corruption, launches manifesto. That is on page 10. We are ready for junior high, private schools say. That is on the back page. And court hands Sonko a lifeline in Mombasa governor race. So that is, Doc, what we have on the pages of the leading newspapers today. And of course, as we focus on some of the developmental agenda under President Uhuru Kenyatta's leadership, there are a couple of very outstanding projects that we were able to look at yesterday at the coast, and of course today, hopefully, maybe depending on where our correspondents are, maybe just to bring us up to date. As we speak right now, there is a 54-kilometer stretch that connects Bura, Mgahe, Weruga, Wundanyi, Mbale, Msao, and Mtoa Dagoni that is being built. And this will open up the agricultural rich areas in that region by serving as a major link between Mundanyi and Voi TAVETA Holili Highway. So this is just one of the roads that President Uhuru Kenyatta launched in 2017, and it's stalled. But right now, Transport Secretary James Macharia a couple of, I think earlier this year, relaunched the 2.2 billion. So this is said to be a major road network in TAITA, TAVETA County. And of course, I know there are also a couple of things that are happening in KWALE County. And the face of KWALE County slowly transforming. The economy is gaining momentum and the living standards of residents are improving thanks to major infrastructure expansion in the region. And we shall look at some of that and what that will mean to our to the Kenyans living in that part of the country, and also just to tourism in general in that region, because we know the coastal region is one of the key areas of tourism attraction in this country. So it's very important as far as our GDP is concerned. So I'll just get back to you, Doc, so that you can take us through, and perhaps you can our correspondents can bring us the latest, maybe from Kericho, Kiptanui. We could start with him.
Yes, let's go ahead.
Kiptanui, good morning and nice to have you on the show. What is the latest?
Good morning.
Yes.
Good morning, Miriam. Good morning. Good morning. I left Kericho early in the morning. I'm now in Joro.
Yeah, sorry. You're in Joro now. So what is the latest in Joro? And I know where you come from, the tea industry. I don't know how you feel about it. Are the farmers complaining? Or, what are the prices? Are they happy? I mean, what is happening? You can just give us an honest look. One, about the tea industry from that area, because we know it's the bedrock of the tea industry in Kenya, and also the general feeling on what perhaps President Uhuru Kenyatta has done under his leadership now almost 10 years.
Thank you for having me on this show, Miriam. As I was transversing along the Kericho, I actually visited some few factories. Before President Uhuru Kenyatta came to power in 2013, there was a problem with tea prices. There was a problem with mechanization. So from 2013 to 2017, the information that I gathered is that after President Uhuru Kenyatta took over the power, the tea prices have come up. People are enjoying their bonuses. People are very happy. You remember the main product, the tea itself, is being taken from Kericho to Mombasa, and then after it's been taken there, there is auctioning. They do auctioning in Mombasa for this tea. So after Uhuru Kenyatta took over, the brokers actually who are stationed in Mombasa, they could lower the prices of the tea. After KTDA took over, the prices are now up. People are enjoying their bonuses. In fact, yesterday, Miriam, I showcased the 500 milligrams of packed tea by Assis. Assis is an affiliate of Kiptagich Tea Estate. People in Kericho are enjoying the bonuses, and they are very happy. Thank you.
Sorry. All right. And if I move on to next correspondent, I was just going through my phone just a couple of minutes ago, and I saw an update, possibility of Moi University, I think, firing a huge chunk of its staff because of the financial problems that it has been having, and we know part of that is because of the mismanagement that the university has had because of the leadership it's having there. And I know this is not just a Rift Valley thing. This is one of our biggest universities we have in this country. You know, that was set up during the time the late President Moi was in power. So I don't know, what are your thoughts on that? What should the next government do in terms of salvaging these very important institutions we have in this country?
Thank you very much, Miriam. Not only Moi University, which has a problem, even from where I am seated, Egerton University is almost 1 kilometer from here. There are, since 2013, Miriam, and let me be honest, and I want people of this Republic of Kenya to hear this, and I want people in the national community and other people to hear this. Immediately, Uhuru Kenyatta took power. Our son, who happened to be the Deputy President, William Ruto, was in this government. So he took the advantage of being Deputy President to plant his cartels in all these universities. Remember, some years back, Miriam, it was even in media. The governor, the outgoing governor of Wasingishu, Mr. Johnson Mandago, he led a lot of demonstrations. But the professor was there was not from my tribe, Kalenjin. The guy was chased. Mm-hmm. Yes, Professor Ahiro was chased because our son, who happens to that time was a powerful deputy president, he wanted actually to put his person there. Why? It is because of the business interest. You remember he supplies eggs from his farm in Sugar. He supplies meat. So I want to say this. Even the Egerton University was almost collapsing. And what I want to tell the governing government, Miriam, and I have hope that Martha Karua and Raila Odinga will change issues. Let us actually put the person who will perform, who will take the management of the universities, who will take the management of not only universities. I thank God you've touched the university. We have so many parastatals, they are collapsing because our son put his own people there for actually business interest. Thank you.
All right. Thank you so much for that. So maybe, I don't know, Jevan Karanja, where you are and what can you tell us so far? Okay, so we can't connect to Javan. Douglas Kirin. All right, they're not available yet. So, Doc, I'll just come back to you. Dr. Masanga.
Yes, Miriam.
Oh, Javan, yeah, good morning. Good morning. What can you tell us from where you are? And maybe you can remind our viewers where you're situated this morning.
Yeah, thank you very much, Miriam, and our viewers across the country. I'm at Makupa Bridge, and we are here to see the legacy of President Uhuru Kenyatta and to see what President Uhuru Kenyatta has done in this region of coastal region and the entire Mombasa County.
Mm-hmm. So what are the feelings of the residents there and perhaps the transformation? Because I'm familiar with the Makupa Bridge and that area and the development that has been made. I don't know, what are the feelings of the residents and how do you think, are they saying that has changed their day-to-day lives moving around within Mombasa?
Yeah, the people of Mombasa are very optimistic that after the completion of this bridge, they will have easy access to this main town and the island, and that is very significant to their businesses and to their normal ways of lives. Therefore, they are very happy and they thank President Uhuru Kenyatta in a big way because this bridge will transform their lives. It will ease congestion. Also, the accidents that are caused by the traffic jam will reduce because of this kind of developments. They are also very happy because the locals have been employed at work in this project. Thousands of people of Mombasa are earning a good living from this project. Therefore, they are very happy that locals have gotten some jobs from this project, and they wish more projects would come on board so that they can continue benefiting and experiencing the touch of the national government. And they are also optimistic that the county government of Mombasa, after the handshake, they have seen a very good cordial working relationship between the governor of Mombasa, Hassan Joho, and the president of the Republic of Kenya, Uhuru Kenyatta. And they say that it has been beneficial to them because they have seen a lot of mega projects coming to the region.
Mm-hmm. And it's interesting that you bring up the relationship between the current governor, Joho, and the President Uhuru Kenyatta, because we know it was not very rosy, especially after the 2017 acrimonious elections, and even before that. And so for a long time, there was a tug of war. And, you know, Mombasa being a very key city in this country, there has to be a sort of working together between the national government and the county government, which a lot of times are not really in tandem. And the people seems to have been suffering at that time. So what I'm hearing you to be saying, from what the residents are saying, is this harmonious working relationship between the county government and the national government is now benefiting the people. And I think that is the bigger picture a lot of leaders don't get a lot of times. Is that what you're saying?
Yeah, that is exactly what I'm saying, that as we head to this general election, Kenyans should be very keen on who they elect as their governor, because they are very influential on the kind of development they will attract from the national government. Because from the experience I've seen here in Mombasa, it's very clear that having a good governor who can create and cultivate a good rapport with the government of the day, it means that his people will benefit. And that is evident here in Mombasa. Since Joho and President Uhuru Kenyatta came together, we have seen tremendous progress in this region because of that good working relationship. Therefore, I wish as we go to this election, Kenyans will look not only for a good president, but they must understand that good developments across the country will be triggered by the kind of leaders that they have at the local level, as well as their county and national assembly. Because each leader at every level, they have their own roles. Therefore, they need to ensure that as we vote for a good president, they should also go out there and look for those local leaders, members of parliament, senators, governors, that can cultivate a good rapport with the government of the day.
Okay.
Thank you.
Thank you so much. And as you walk around and talk to the residents, I'll get back to you in a short while. But I'd like to get in touch with Douglas. Thank you so much, Evan. Douglas Kirimi, where are you and what can you tell us? What do you have for us?
Douglas seemed to have gone inside the bridge.
Okay, so Doc, you're here now.
And then let's bring in Tawish Samuel Tawish Olesesana is on the way in KWALE, all the way from KWALE, where he has been Tarui, is heading towards Voi. Tawish, good morning.
Good morning to you, Dr. Masanga, and good morning to Miriam Magutu from our Nairobi headquarters.
So where are you right now? Mm-hmm.
Yeah, okay, Miriam, go ahead.
Tawish, where are you?
Well, Miriam, as I had indicated earlier, I'm actually along Mombasa-Nairobi highway, just slightly past Taru, now heading to Voi, just like Dr. Masanga has indeed mentioned. And about an hour or less, I'm sure we'll be in Voi town, and we'll also be able really to show a few of some of the projects that President Kenyatta has been able to do in that part of the country. Understanding that Voi is in TAITA, TAVETA County, there are so many projects that President Kenyatta's administration has been able to undertake since he came into power in 2013. So in the next few minutes, maybe less than an hour, we'll be arriving in Voi town. That being, of course, the headquarters of TAITA TAVETA County, and we'll be showcasing some of these projects to you and to the benefit of our viewer, Miriam.
Okay, thank you so much. And speaking of TAVETA County, like I mentioned, a road earlier that is being constructed. I think some of the completed projects include, the Samburu Kinango Road at the cost of 2 billion, just looking at the infrastructural development in that area. And Shimoni Lungalunga Vanga Road, these all I think are in KWALE County, the other side, but still they're in the coastal region. And so I'll be waiting to get an update of this TAITA TAVETA major road that was commissioned it was launched in 2017, but the construction did not start immediately. And then later, I think late last year, the Transport Cabinet Secretary James Macharia relaunched the 2.2 billion construction of the major road in TAITA TAVETA. So I'd like for you to bring us the update once you get there, and we will talk about it. So thank you so much. Gladwell Kirago, I know you're on transit as we speak, so maybe you might not be in a position to talk as much. But you were in the Lake region yesterday, the Lake City in Kisumu. And I don't know what were you able to gather for us later on in the evening from Kisumu?
Thank you so much, Miriam. And yes, yesterday as I was on the lakeside, I gathered so much, most about the fish farming, and also I talked to a few fishermongers there. And Miriam, I can say that it's a business that they're doing well, but currently there seems to be having a low market, because when I was talking to one of the persons, he was explaining that a while back he used to do a lot of sales, but currently when most of COVID hits in, the market is actually a little bit low, so they are struggling. And yes, I saw the struggle, because even the customers there were a little bit minimal. Currently I'm just past Ahero, and I can see large scale rice farming, and it looks nice. Then I'm also past River Nyando, whereby the Serikali woman became famous. So now Kisumu, I think and also Miriam, something that captured my attention was the Kisumu Kakamega Road. I think that road has not been done for quite a while, because considering last year, the government had said that that road was supposed to be completed, but it is still not yet to be completed. And I can tell you it is causing a little bit of traffic around that area. Yes, Miriam.
Okay. So it's interesting you've mentioned the fish and the fish market in Kisumu, which, right now might not be at its best because of several other factors. But I know there had been a problem as far as storage of this fish is concerned near the lake, after the fishermen perhaps had fished and they didn't have a place for proper cold room storage. So I don't know if this is still a problem that exists, or the county government has addressed this matter. Did you talk to them about it?
Yes, Miriam, it's still the same problem which some are still facing, because yesterday when the fish were actually brought from the lake, you could see they were carrying them with basins, and you could see somebody was asking each other, now where will you store them? I think it's an issue, but then because of the low market, the fishermen or maybe the fishermongers are actually not taking so much. The stock they're getting, that is the fish, it's not so much. And when I talked to one, she told me that she orders fish that she's sure is going to get finished or consumed the same day, because sometimes because of lack of storage, after a while the fish gets spoiled. So it's still a challenge they're still having. But I could see an construction around, so I thought maybe that was the place, but they were not sure what was being built there, so they didn't have an answer to it yet.
Okay, so I think maybe that is a challenge to the Kisumu County government, the one that will be coming, or to consider that as a matter of urgency. I don't know why they don't have it, but I think there's one that was built, if I'm not wrong, but I don't know its capacity, or I don't know how, if at all, it's even operating as we speak. And as you were walking, before I go to the next correspondent, as you were walking, and I know you've strolled around Kisumu, I know perhaps, when you think about Kisumu, you just think about fish and fishing as one of the other economic activities in that region, because not everybody goes there to fish. It's just a small number of people. And of course, you brought in the issue of rice. That is in the Ahero rice schemes there on your way in Nyando. But when you're walking around, what are some other perhaps economic activities that caught your attention that perhaps you feel if could be expanded on, could be also another way of addressing the issue of job opportunities in Kisumu outside of the fishing, which I know employs just a handful of people?
Yes, Miriam, apart from fishing, actually I think now people should support fully Raila's manifesto, because here cotton is grown, Miriam. And for instance, last year they hit 100% more so when the new breed of seeds was introduced. But now when I talk to one person, the cotton is doing well, but they don't have market, they don't have ready market. So that's a challenge. So I think cotton actually should be revived back and brought back. Another thing, Miriam, I also visited cereal board that is in Silo. And Miriam, what I can tell you is that those are industries here that are creating jobs. But at the same time, for example, when I was talking about the cereal company, when I was talking to one of the managers in the cereal company, Miriam, I think in Kenya we are having a challenge of whereby the people farm, but we don't have the market to take our produce. So at the same, most of the time, the produce gets spoiled in. farms and the farmers get losses. So that's a challenge, and they wish the next upcoming government could actually focus into farming, because Kisumu is actually a rich place for some activities. Another thing is sugarcane. Still don't have the ready market, and you can see we can actually put sugarcane into farming and make it serious. So you can see like the production of sugar in Kisumu actually so much business opportunities. But also I focused on the cotton, Miriam. I think now it's high time we go back to the cotton farming seriously.
Thank you so much. And I think that is a very vital point, Gladwell, you brought up. And of course, the sugarcane also used to be a booming business in Kisumu, in some of the, sub-locations and locations they used to farm, and we do have the Muhoroni sugar company that has since died. So I think that is very important point that you brought in there. Yes, Doc.
Now, you finished?
Yes, but I wanted for her to assess for me devolution and how that is working for the people of Kisumu, because a lot of these challenges, they seems to fall under the county government, because these are things that the national government should not be, handling, like storage and building the cold rooms for the fish. I mean, that is something that Professor should already have considered to do. So I don't know how devolution is working. Yes.
Yeah, very true, Miriam, because when I talked to a few people, everybody was just pointing fingers on the national government. For instance, the fish storage. I met a certain professor from Maseno, and he told me that that should not be a national government project. In fact, no, it should not. But here, everything is about the national government. But one thing that impressed me, apart from the apart from Kisumu Kakamega Road here, most of the roads, Miriam, here are done. So that's a bonus to them. And again, yesterday, as I was saying here, that they have at least managed to control the congestion in the city. So, Miriam, here, that's the main issue they're having here, pointing fingers to the national government. Even the issues which are supposed to be actually catered and addressed by the county government, everything is about the national government. I think it's a mentality they're having, and that's why maybe the governor or maybe the senator or the MP is not able to function, or maybe he has shown them that everything is about the national government.
All right. I think the mentality of Serikali's idea, that has to end. And I don't know if they're making the best use of that wonderful airport that they have there, but we shall have that conversation a bit late now. I'd like to bring in Dr. Matsanga. Doc.
Miriam, thank you very much. In Nairobi, we have our man. Again, he has disappeared in the bridge.
We can't see you.
You are not hearing me?
We can hear you, but we can't see you. You're not here. Can't be seen, so we need to see you.
Sorry.
Go ahead.
Okay, thank you very much, Miriam. Thank you for that analysis. Most of the governments across the counties, county governments refer everything to national government. Yet some of these developed units, like agriculture, is developed. They should be the ones handling the fish storage and so many other things. You don't look at the national government to do that. It is already a developed ministry. But as you say, what can we say? We have nothing much to say except to say that the next government make sure that these products are stored there. There is good management, there is facilitation for farmers, and we shall be home and dry. Our man under the bridge, in the bridge near Indian Ocean, Douglas Kirimi has appeared, Miriam. There he is. Douglas Kirimi, how are you? Can you say
I'm fine, Dr. David Matsanga, and this is the Makupa Bridge. We've already been cleared by the security team and the resident engineer and the project manager. And this is one of the key projects that the President of the Republic of Kenya has been able to invest in Mombasa City County. That even the head of security has told us that after they opened this bridge a couple of 2 weeks ago, it has eased traffic in Mombasa. And this is a true representation of what the president has been able to do, Dr. David. And this bridge is also going to open up the grid rock that has been, Mombasa has never been a true island because the causeway and the broke water. Now the water would have a free flow of water across this bridge, Dr. David, below this bridge, and we are going to have a true picture of Mombasa as an island, and also the people are going to enjoy. And we are happy to report from live here that this is a key project that is a transformative plan from the President of the Republic of Kenya. And these are the things that the people are saying, that they do not want these kids to be to be trained away by the incoming government. They want a vote for a government that is going to work for their public good and welfare, especially on infrastructure, and a person that is going on to take the legacy of President Uhuru Kenyatta and also take that legacy forward, and also make sure that the people of Kenya enjoy the benefits of what the President of the Republic of Kenya has been able to achieve. And Dr. David, there's something that I need to show the people. The causeway itself, and that's the blockage of the causeway, the Makupa causeway, and this bridge now acts as a direct link between the other side of the ocean and the other side behind me, so that water can freely flow and create a true picture of an island. And Mombasa now, the water is free, move from one end to another without the blockage that had been there. And below the ocean, over the ocean there, is the Kibarani amusement park that was a dump site, and it has been transformed into a very beautiful amusement park for people. You can go there with your family and enjoy and also have fun. And this is one of the things that we have been saying, Dr. David, that the President of the Republic of Kenya has been able to come up with transformative plans that even the next regime should be able to capitalize in and be able to help the people of Kenya and transform this country, truly taking it to the next level from where the president has left it. And thank you, Dr. David, for making sure that the legacy of President Uhuru Kenyatta is displayed, that people can be able to see such a transformative plan. You can see people are enjoying, and we are very happy about it. And we also thank the president for investing the resources of the people of Kenya rightly. He is not like those other people who have also, instead of digging dams for their people, constructing dams for their people, they have stolen billions of shillings that is meant for such projects that could transform truly lives of the people of Kenya, transform the way we look at development as a nation and even as a country, Dr. David. When you look at this bridge, this money could have gone to people's pocket. People could have invested it into their pockets. People could have invested it into hotels like Dolphins International of William Ruto. But the president chose that these people are going to enjoy a bridge. These people are going to enjoy free traffic, free roads, and also the people are going to enjoy the cost of doing business is going to come down. And also, as we move on as a country, we are going to live in a free city, especially the opening up of Mombasa City County. Dr. David, thank you.
Very well.
Before you go, Miriam might have a few questions for you. I am very interested in that water flowing from one place to the other, and while the road, people are moving on it. That is very good, design that could become a wonder of the world. What do you think about that? Douglas?
Yes, Dr. David Matanga. And remember, the Makupa Causeway is one of its kind in the country and one of the biggest bridges. And it is also going, like I've said, the CS for Agriculture, James Masheri, had said that the causeway and blocked the water and been blocked, that Mombasa and Ross is true status as a city, as an island, as a city in an island. And also now people can come and get this piece of history, and so that they can be able to see how a president built a bridge to be able to help the ocean to interact with the other part of the ocean without crossing the water from free flow of water and all that. And one of these, the very important things to note about this project is that despite its huge investment in terms of monetary investment, it is one project that is going to also attract visitors to Mombasa City County. Tourists are going to come to Mombasa, and they're also coming to also see the Makupa Bridge, Dr. David Masanga. It's one of those projects that, from my end, you can be able to see. Let me have a clear view. This is one of the projects that I think, from my perspective, Dr. David Masanga, who also form part of a tourism circuit, that people can also come to this region and also be able to witness the transformative journey that Mombasa City County has gone through. On the other hand, the ocean is going now to free the flow and allow people and transportation to take place in this place. And I believe that tourism is going to improve in Mombasa, because one of the key issues that people are raising when they visit Mombasa is that there is a lot of traffic breakdown, and that has now been opened up. And the bridge is barely open, Dr. David Masanga. The resident engineer has told us that as soon as the bridge is open, the people are going to enjoy, tourists are going to enjoy, because even the time that you use from one place to another in Mombasa is going to be reduced by over 90% of the time that you are to spend. For example, if you are to go from Nyari to Miritini train terminus, the SGL, before you would use 2 to 3 hours. Today, you use less than 30 minutes to get there. The Southern Bypass in Mombasa has been transformative, and it is one of the projects that the President of the Republic of Kenya has been able to invest so that they can be able to open up Mombasa, not only for us as a people, not only for us as a country, but even for the people of the world. Many tourists who come to this county, Mombasa City County, and complain about the traffic gridlock and all that, who also come and enjoy. They are going to also bring their friends and all it ends up in opening up our country, and also making sure that as a people, as a country, we receive more visitors, which means more foreign exchange. That this country is also going to be on a true path to a tourism hub, and Mombasa is going to reclaim its spot in the global map as a tourism hub, and also as an infrastructure hub where people can also come and see the marvelous projects that have been undertaken, especially the Makupa Bridge, Dr. David Masanga, that Miriam herself knows that I'm very passionate about, because before you could not be able to access Mombasa from the causeway, the Makupa causeway or the Makupa Bridge, because it was also small. It was not accommodating as many vehicles as it can, and also the road itself was small, but it has been expanded into a dual carriage, and also to make sure that people and traffic and other logistics can be able to move freely from one place to another in Mombasa. Dr. David.
Thank you very much. Thank you very much, Miriam. Analyst, you have a question for Mr. Meru correspondent who is now in Mombasa. Well.
Yes. But I hope he can make his way to the Likoni bridge, because I know that is a place he's always wanted to go. So perhaps he could go there.
Yeah, they are going from there. I think Karanja is on Likoni.
He's able to make it there later on. But I think he's done a good job in letting us know the picture down there on the ground. So thank you so much, Douglas Kirimi, for that.
Thank you very much. Across, is Javani Karanja ready?
I think they're in the same spot. The last time I checked,
are you on the same spot? Yeah, but in a different direction, yes.
Yeah, we are at Makupa Bridge, but you're heading to Likoni floating bridge in a few minutes.
Okay.
And I've acted with the residents here, and they are very optimistic that President
Uhuru Kenyatta... Can you bring one resident on camera?
Right now,
they're on the bridge, so I don't think people are there.
But if you're going out, I will bring one to talk to you later.
Okay, thank you very much. Thank you very much. Thank you very much. Across, then let's go for the what is happening in the papers. One of the things that I've picked up morning, Miriam, is Karua liked by more voters than Kajakwa.
Yeah,
Kachagwa,
49%, Doc, compared to
49% of the
30%.
people in the mountain.
That is
And
significant.
I predicted that this would come that way, because by the time we go for a poll, this morning when I was doing my exit poll, I put the exit poll to 54, less 50, less 2 minus 2, minus 2 plus 2. So Raila could win around 54 minus 2 or 54 plus 2. That is where I'm putting my hand to be cut. And I look at Ruto could be staggering around 40, 39, 40, 41 minus 2 plus 2. He might not be able to garner anywhere near 45%. And I've been very constant on this. The two men, Ochikoya could surprise people with a good 5% that is needed to form a next government, joining Raila Amolo Odinga to form government, because I don't think he can go on the side of anybody else. Miriam, it is sad that we have come where we are, with the deputy president coming out to insult the president, telling us he was sleeping while he was doing work. But we have not talked about while he was stealing, the president was also getting the money and he was stealing. So this is very interesting. Now, if you are going to get a vote from people and you are revealing this, what about your next deputy? How will you treat him? If you are revealing how you behaved badly with your boss, it's not very good usually in African. It's un-African for you to say what you are not supposed to say in public. But thank you very much. That is what the life is. Let me come back to Kiptanui. Kiptanui across in Njoro, unless you have something else.
No, because I wanted also to get Kiptanui's thoughts on the same issue, Doc, the poll that even as we look at this, because I think it's important, just a couple of days away, 34 days to the general election, and Azimio presidential running mate, Martha Karua, is more trusted to net more Mount Kenya votes for her candidate than her Kenya Kwanza counterpart Rigathi Gachagua. Wool for his boss, latest opinion poll depicts. The poll was commissioned by Standard Group and conducted by TIFA, where 49% of Kenyans, of the 1,533 Kenyans that were polled, said Karua will scoop more Raila votes compared to 30% of Rigathi Gachagua. Is this the true reflection on the ground? And I mean, what could be advise Kenyans to trust Karua more in terms of delivering the votes compared to Rigathi Gachagua? Kiptanui.
Thank you very much, Miriam. You remember yesterday while I was in Kericho, Mother Karua was in Njoro, where I am now stationed at. And I want to report to you that actually after Raila Odinga picked Karua, she has been here in Nakuru, I think this is the third time. She's now picking. As Dr. has said, the combination of the two, it is actually bringing us a new hope. William Ruto, who happens to be a hybrid political conman, and that is, I don't have a humble name that I can call him. He has been cheating, he has been stealing, everybody knows, he has been doing things that cannot steer this country. Look, for example, Miriam, when you come out, let's say, for example, I'm married to a Chemutai. Then my wife Chemutai comes out and say, while my husband is sleeping, I normally walk. Tell me, how many people will believe in my wife? Nobody will believe on that. So this is a scheme. This is a hybrid political conmanship. This is a scheme that William Ruto has developed of cheating people to seek sympathy votes. We are in 21st century, this Kenya. People are not fools. You remember in Mauche, Rigathi Gachagua came there. Mauche is some distance from here, from Joro. And what did he say? He told Kalenjins there, stop stealing stop stealing kettles around there. Tell me, do you think the same Kalenjins who are supposed to be aligning to, especially in Joro, Miriam, we have two words which is inhabited by Kalenjin. That is Mauche, that is Naswet. Those are two words, and this is majorly Kipsigis. So you see, when you start telling people that we don't steal, why are you stealing? What are you telling those youths? Look, for example, this is another place, Miriam, in Mauche, where people are found procuring arrows. I thank God for the aspirant for Jubilee, Mheshimiwa Kiuna. Yes, is an epitome of change. That is why when you see on our pages, we are actually campaigning for him. He has been here. He has done a lot in this Joro, and he has brought peace. You know what you remember in 2007, 2008, in Joro, in Nakuru, and Naivasha was actually hit by the post-election violence. But from 2013, immediately Uhuru Kenyatta took over. The entire post-election violence victims are so happy. I met them. Some of them were in the morning. I was with few of them who are allocated a farm here in Kisima, but because of a few cases, they have not been resettled. They will be resettled in the next government. We have a rose farm, which Uhuru Kenyatta bought himself while he was still finance minister. And they are so grateful. And what we are saying here, I want to say this loudly, the way the other lady said yesterday in Mombasa, that we are going for peaceful election. We are urging each one of us to maintain peace. Those who are watching us, those actually who are listening us, let us maintain peace. And this is one statement I want to say, as Douglas normally says, that we will not risk our votes to give to a warmonger, to give to a thief. We are going to wake up early in the morning on 9 acres to vote for Martha Karua and Raila Odinga. I submit. Thank you.
Okay, thank you so much. Samuel, yeah. Doc, go ahead.
I think there is some point that at a point, if a woman also does not conceive, you don't continue having a woman in the house who is gossiping about your life in the house.
Very true.
And running around with so many other operatives, and you keep him in the house. So if the woman, you are resting, and the woman is jumping through the window to go and see some men and then come back, do you keep such a man? I'm answering Ruto now. If you have worked, why do you go for extra work? You have worked. Now we are here, Miriam. We are doing our analysis. When it comes to 12:30 or 1 o'clock, we shall stop 2 hours. But then you sneak out of the studio and go and do your own thing, then come back to pretend that you are okay. The rallies that Ruto is talking about are rallies that he does for himself. But these are not rallies for the president to attend. Therefore, President Uhuru Kenyatta was not concerned with his rallies. Which rally was he doing? Did he have even the money? It is President Uhuru Kenyatta who put up the money in Jubilee Party for us to win. Ruto has no penny to put. He didn't put even 1 shilling in Jubilee Party. This is a stupid guy. Thank you. Sorry to use that language, but we have, unajua Miriam, tunafika hapa. This thing has taken us here. We are fed up as friends of Uhuru Kenyatta. We are really fed up. We have been constrained so much from saying some of the things because we didn't want to bring a lot of disharmony. But now that Ruto has come back to hit us in 34 days, we shall use at least these 34 days to hit back and tell him the truth. Thank you.
Mm-hmm. Thank you, Doc. And Douglas is just letting me know that he does have with him a resident from there where he is in Makupa Bridge who would like to give us his or her sentiments. Douglas, go ahead.
Douglas. Douglas.
Okay.
If you,
Douglas or Jeven, yeah.
Doctor, I'm here. I'm preparing the residents so that we can be able to interview them live and also take some feeds from them that we can be able to put on in a documentary. And as soon as I'm done, I'll let you know. Kindly.
All right. So are we able to talk to any of them right now, or we wait a little bit? Okay, so he will let us know. So I'd like to perhaps know the whereabouts of Samuel Tawish. I don't know how far he is, and if there's anything he can tell us, and perhaps he can give us his thoughts on this latest poll as we wait for him to arrive at his destination.
Miriam, Tawish has disappeared from the screen, but let's now find Gladwell of Kiragu. You have listened to us. You have listened to the theory of Kiptanui, that a barren a woman who runs out and goes to gossip about the husband sleep. What do you think, Gladwell?
Yes, Doc, I've listened to the polls, and I'm now in Kericho. And first, before I give my thoughts on that, there's something in Kericho. The land is very fertile. Maize, we got sugarcane too, and we got tea plantations here. And Doc, that's what I'm saying. If the government, I think, can put sugarcane farming into serious market business and produce the market, then that means it's going to create job opportunities to so many jobless people, because that industry can do well. About my thoughts on about the polls, it is true because and shockingly, Doc, let me give a compliment about somebody in Kisumu I talked to yesterday. The funny thing about the Kisumu people, they're not focusing. The climate there is not about who's going to win in Kisumu. That's the most funny thing. They're all concentrating on the central. Like somebody, when she heard my name, she asked me, who is going to win in Kiambu? And I was shocked because I didn't expect somebody to be concerned about affairs apart from their county, but they're so much focused about central. And when I spoke to Anna, she gave me the reasons. This is because currently in Kisumu, they have decided who they are going to vote. And Kisumu, Moso, Kondole, there you can't speak about the yellow team. You can't. Nobody's going. You can't. Kondole is actually Baba's bedroom, and I'm sorry to use that word. So they're all focusing about on Central, because they're saying that coming August, the 35 days remaining, it's upon Central now to give the poll that they want. And when Central decides, then that means it's 100% win for Raila Amolo Odinga. So it's true about the polls. I actually agree with them. Mother is actually leading more than Agashagwa, the running mate to Ruto, because Mother currently, even yesterday when she was in Nakuru, the day I arrived here, she was in Oyugi, and I could listen to the people here. Some even went to listen to him. So here, in these sides, most of the Nyanza western part, Raila is actually so much, let me use the word, he's so much hard more than Ruto. So it's upon Central to give us it's upon Central now, Central province, to give us the 90%, and after that, then it's a win for Raila.
Mm-hmm. Okay, thank you so much. And Gladwell, before I let you go, Karua yesterday speaking, the running mate for Azimio, was quoted as saying that Ruto is full of anger. I think out of the leaked audio when he said he almost he almost slapped President Uhuru Kenyatta after the nullification of the 2017 election. And Karuna is saying Ruto is full of anger and cannot be trusted with power. And I think I've seen that trending today, this morning on Twitter. It's still trending. It's afternoon now, 16 minutes past midday here in Nairobi. I don't know. Does he have an anger problem, or he's just expressing himself? What are your thoughts on what Martha Karua is saying?
To be honest, I agree with Mother, because if, for example, if Ruto gets into leadership as the president, that means our country will actually crumble and to come into shambles. That guy has an anger issue. He's a man full of vengeance, and I can assure you, Miriam, I think it's high time people to start thinking and reasoning, because if he can act that when he's just a deputy president, then what can he do when he gets into presidency? So he has an anger issue. Again, he has got something we called ego. He's so egocentric and also a vengeance person. So there's so much he can do. Again, Miriam, I was reading, if you know Samido, the Kikuyu musician, what his father went through in Molo, and I got an interest in Molo Kiambaa, because back then, Rigathi Gachagua was the deal there, and actually he tortured those people there. He burnt them. So again, when you see Rigathi and you look at somebody like Ruto, those are two dictators who will lead our country. Actually, people will be crying each day. Those are two dictators, people full of anger, people full of vengeance. So our country will actually not be in better hands. And it's high time I bring back this question to people: in whose hands are we safe? Depending on the things that are leaking. In the morning, Miriam, if you saw another clip actually in the Standard of what Kithure Kindiki said, that when about the clip was about to leak, this is what happened. That Uhuru wanted to hand over power because he thought about he told Ruto that we can't keep on actually having people messing around with each other. After all, we are all Kenyans, and he wanted to hand over power. And Kithure said that he's the one who tore the papers apart. And it's a conversation that I picked up so quickly and I read into people's comments. But something that captured my thoughts about that is because Uhuru is actually so the bigger part of Kenya. He got Kenya at hand, and that's why he wanted to sacrifice for the peace of Kenya. But according to Ruto, the greedy man, he said, no, we can't do that. And that's when he said that I almost left the president. So he can see also the greediness for power he has. So when he gets into power, for example, then Kenya they just won't.
Okay, Doc. Thank you so much, Gladwell Kirango. And when you hear that video, and now when you look back at some of the things even President Uhuru Kenyatta has been saying, it's beginning to make a lot of sense. You remember in a couple of public events where President Uhuru Kenyatta, when he narrates the handshake and how they came together and the events that led to that, and how his deputy did not want that handshake to take place, but President Kenyatta has kept insisting on different occasions, but in the interest of the country, he felt he had to do something, but he categorically said his deputy was not for that. So you can, when you hear that and then you hear the video and you see the reaction from his deputy even right now, you can read a lot. You can read a lot from even what is not being said by what little has been said. So there's a lot there. So I don't think the handshake was really the problem of President Uhuru Kenyatta. That is what brought the problem in Jubilee government. There seems to have been problems even before that, and there seems to be a departure of thought and perhaps where the two leaders stood. President Uhuru Kenyatta wanted something else in terms of maybe he looked at inclusivity and bringing Kenyans together and cohesiveness in a different manner, in which his deputy looked at that, and it's telling. But Kenyans are very good at filling those gaps, so they have a lot to say on Twitter. Back to you, Doc. I don't know if we're able to bring in Samuel Tawish.
Yes. Samuel Tawish is, I think, heading to Voi. You resurrect him from Voi. But Miriam, let me make a point here. President Uhuru Kenyatta has been telling you there is someone anamangamanga, anatangatanga, anafanya nini. This guy, his job is to tangatanga tu, kuenda huko na projo like a gospel. You know, Ruto gossips like a woman who has lost marriage. Marriage imeanguka, unakumbuka, ilikuwa mzuri sana, you know, those days with my happy, we used to fly to Mauritius. It is gone. Concentrate on your life. The mistake that Ruto made was to remain in government, which he criticizes, and the people are seeing the truth. He's still eating there. He's still driving the title. He's being called deputy president. Walaya Mungu wapi? What is he trying to do there? Quit. Resign. I told you, he should have done pack and go. Ruto should have left and to get credibility. But if you are now doing a campaign for actually his utterances about Uhuru are giving Raila Amolo Odinga the credibility, because Uhuru is not talking. He said, I would have done better if I had Raila Odinga, because Raila Odinga came in and helped him to do quite a lot of things. This guy came and ran away after getting the money. But one of the things that has caught my eye, Miriam, while President Uhuru Kenyatta was borrowing money to come and do infrastructure projects, Mr. Ruto was busy taking 10% in parastatus. You remember the Sky team? That's where the crisis, and the Kenyans should not forget about that as you go to your voting. Back to you in the studios, Miriam. If there is any tape you can play of the legacy, so that we take a small break and then come back.
Okay, so let's take a break and then we'll come back, and before we break
Miriam,
for lunch.
before you go, I would like to show you here. There is quite a big, that is the ocean. You can see all there, that is the ocean down there. And that is where we are live in Mombasa on the ocean. There are so many things taking place. My camera can pick up to down there. You can see what is going on there. The storm is very far and we can see quite a lot. I brought a sensitive camera now for everybody to see. This is the beach of Mombasa, the headquarters where we are. You can see across. Everybody seemed to be excited. And I was very happy yesterday when I walked around the beach before the rain came. At least people are beginning to clean the beach. The beach, they pick rubbish, they take away all the plastics. And you can see the birds very nicely looking at me where we are. That is the beach across there. That is the beach down there. And there are tents being built here now. Some of those, I'm told, the place where I am today, there's a huge rally of one of the organizations in East Africa, which is going to have a big do tonight. And they have prepared all the types of tents. I want to tell you the business has started coming back. It's part of the legacy. And we shall do that tomorrow when we look at the international relations. What did President Uhuru Kenyatta bring in terms of international relations? How many people has he brought back? How many investors have come in to invest as a result of the many trips that he made across? This is Punchline Africa Television, broadcasting all the way from the general headquarters down in Mombasa, the political command center down in Mombasa, back to Nairobi studio general headquarters with Miriam Ogutu and Dr. Matsanga and our correspondents, all correspondents scattered around Kenya. Kiragu from Kisumu, Javani Karanja from Mombasa, Douglas Kirimi, Mombasa, and Kiptanui from Nakuru County in Njoro. And then we have our man on the road, the other team that has gone western of Jeff, Stephen, Olesesana, Samuel Otawish Olesana, the leading correspondent. And then we have also Michael Agwanda, the cameraman, who is on the way heading towards TAVETA, Voi, Wandani, those roads that you are talking about. They will be there in a few minutes. Thank you very much, Miriam. For me, from this side, I think I want to say, before the rain comes, I want to enjoy a bit of the sunshine as an old man. And perhaps I leave you to handle Douglas. Is about to come out. And then once we establish the link with the Voi group, we can call it a day from there. Thank you back to you in the headquarters, Miriam Ogutu.
Okay.
I'm Dr. David Masanga. I will leave that camera for you there from Mombasa.
All right, Doc, thank you so much for that. That is Sarova White Sands in Mombasa. And speaking of which, Kenya will, on July 7th, that is in 2 days' time, join in the celebrations to mark the World Kiswahili Language Day. The day came to being after declaration by the United Nations Educational, Scientific and Cultural Organization, UNESCO, on November 23rd, 2021, at its 41st member states session in Paris in France. In Mombasa, there will be a procession to be flagged off from the Elephant Tusks to the Swahili Cultural Center. Tourism and Wildlife CS Najib Alala will lead the celebrations in Nairobi. So this year's theme is Amani, Ushirikiano and na Maendeleo. There will be lectures by prominent Swahili scholars, entertainment, food bazaar, as well as exhibition. After UNESCO, recognized this day on November 23rd, 2021. So this is quite interesting. And yes, Kiswahili Kitukuze, but that will be on July 7th. So that is very important. And I think just looking at where you are right now, I see Douglas. All right, so Douglas is ready before we take our lunch break. Douglas, you're telling me you're ready with some residents, so you can come on now. Douglas Kirimi. All right.
Miriam, I'm live with a resident here, Miriam.
Yes. Are you still at the Makupa Bridge?
Yes, Miriam.
Are you still at the Makupa Bridge?
Of course, he's still at the Makupa Bridge.
Okay, maybe he moved. Douglas, just remind us where you are and then the name of the person with you.
I'm coming right to you from Makupa Bridge. I'm the Mombasa resident here. Maybe you can ask them some questions.
All right, just perhaps they give us their thoughts on some of the developmental projects that are going on in the Coast region, and specifically where you're standing right now, and how that will change their lives, if at all.
Hapa kwangu mimi naona hapa Mombasa bridge imetusaidia, manake imepunguza msongamano wa magari hapa, alafu ile majali ya hapa pia imepungua. Mimi nashukuru rais amefanya kazi vizuri, si Mombasa peke yake, kwa ujumla hapa Kenya.
All right. So they are in support of that.
Thank you, Miriam. That's a Mombasa resident here said that they are very grateful to the president of opening up the Mombasa, especially the Makupa Bridge, and also he has said that he is grateful that across the country the transformative agenda of the president has really transformed so many lives, and he is very grateful to the president of the Republic of Kenya. And as a resident, he says that he really appreciates the bridge because it has really opened up the traffic gridlock that has been there before, but now traffic can freely flow here at Makupa Bridge, and he is very grateful to the President, Miriam. Thank you.
Okay, thank you so much. And now that traffic is flowing, or rather, is expected to ease up around that area in Mombasa, how will that change the movements of people and goods in terms of efficiency and just saving on time? What will that mean to the economy of that place? Okay. I don't think Douglas can really hear me. But Javan? Very well. I think we will take a break, and then we shall be back in a short while, and we shall catch up with the rest of our correspondents and see
what they have in store for us, and then we'll bring you up to date even as we wait for Tawish and his team to get to Voi. Thank you so much. This has been a special coverage on President Uhuru Kenyatta's legacy, even as we continue with our countdown. Just 34 days to the general election. That means the time is ticking for President Uhuru Kenyatta, who is serving his second and last term as the President of the Republic of Kenya. And he has been working overtime to see that some of the things that he had promised and he had started will be completed. I don't know if some of these, especially the mega projects we've been seeing at the coast, I don't know if some of these will be completed before he leaves office, or some will continue even after him leaving office, but we shall see. But there's a lot that has been happening, and so we have just been looking at that and bringing Kenyans up to date with what has been happening. Thank you so much for watching. We shall be back in a short bit.
Infrastructural development is one of Kenya's key economic growth pillar, which has seen massive public investment since the year 2013. It is one of the integral sectors which President Kenyatta has spent his energies on since his election in 2013. Almost a decade later, the marvel of the president's dream can be seen in the form of standard gauge railway, the SGR, thousands of kilometers of inter-county highways, ports, expressways, among other ongoing mega infrastructural projects throughout Kenya. In July 2014, President Kenyatta launched his administration's grand infrastructural ambition to tarmac 10,000 kilometers of roads. By October 2021, President Kenyatta's efforts have landed Kenyans more than 10,000 kilometers of tarmacked roads, with many other road construction projects nearing completion throughout the country. Some of the grand road projects that have recently been completed are gradually turning many parts of the country into rich business destinations by easing transportation, as well as directly and indirectly kickstarting investments in other sectors like the real estate. Lamu County, for instance, is gradually turning a new leaf as a real estate investor's paradise with the ongoing LAPSET project, which is expected to make the county one of the largest contributors to Kenya's gross domestic product, GDP, once fully operational. To further improve devolution and promote inter-county commerce, the government of President Kenyatta has also implemented various inter-county road construction projects, some of which include the 585-kilometer Mau Mau Road, the single longest road construction project to have ever been commissioned in Kenya since independence. The Trans-County Highway connects at least 6 counties in central Kenya. Construction of the Isiolo-Mandera Road, which is one of the Horn of Africa gateway development projects aimed at opening up Kenya's frontiers counties for business. Other major inter-county road projects include the ongoing dualling of 84-kilometer Kenol-Sagana-Marua Road. The project, which is slated for completion in June 2022, will link Northern Corridor from Nairobi to the LAPSET Corridor in Isiolo. The strategic highway will provide faster linkage for Murang'a, Kirinyaga, Nyeri, Machakos and Embu counties once completed. Also significant is the ongoing construction of the 113.5-kilometer Garsenwi to Lamu Road, which is nearing completion. The road is a key transport corridor linking Ethiopia, South Sudan and Nairobi to the port of Lamu. To facilitate long-distance freight haulage to the hinterland, the government has also upgraded Kenya's railroads, including 177.2-kilometer Nairobi-Nanyuki Railway, which is already operational. Also important, the revival projects of the 216-kilometer railway linking Nairobi and Kisumu is nearing completion, with expected cargo and passenger transport services anticipated to resume by the end of the year. The government is also building Nairobi's commuter rail network to ease travel for city residents, and part of the commuter rail construction include the creation of 10 new substations. The ongoing construction of the 27.1-kilometer expressway, which is soon being completed, will enhance transportation in the city by reducing travel times within Nairobi. The 27.1-kilometer project is the longest expressway in East and Central Africa, solidifying Kenya's position as a communication and transportation hub in the region. Public investments on infrastructure has been vital in providing direct jobs to many Kenyans. It has also stimulated growth in other sectors of the economy. For instance, within the 7 months of 2021, cement consumption hit a record of 4.1 million tons as the construction of expressway and other mega infrastructural projects hit top gear. Many of the ongoing mega construction projects have contributed to the growth in the sector, providing many jobs to Kenyans.